Before we do obviously the video, we've got two gentlemen. They're going to come up here and do the introduction of our men's professionals. Among them, the two, their number is 12. 12 IRONMAN World Championship titles, 6 apiece. And they still set the standard with everything they speak about, they coach about, and how they live their lives. It's our pleasure to introduce the professional men, Mark Allen and Dave Scott.
Thank you, boys. It's a real honor to be up here and just speak very briefly about the men's pro race. What an epic race yesterday. I know Mark and I were talking about it, and certainly at the finish line greeting the champions as they came across. And it's a different type of race than what we endured, I think, looking at the world's best, the guys that are just standing off stage here. Yesterday's race turned into a magnificent bike race. And I think if you looked at the splits, what the top 10 men wheeled off yesterday, they were really extraordinary. I mean, really remarkable. And I was doing an interview with Bob early on, and I met a young guy, Cameron Worth, and I didn't know who Cameron Worth was, and Mark didn't either. And we said, wow, that guy can really ride that bike fast. And I mean, just an incredible day. I happened to be out at about 4K, about 2.5 miles on the run. I was watching the leaders come by, and of course, it's pretty easy to comment at the athletes. I remember standing there next to Ferris, who's coaching Patrick, and he said, "Yeah, gosh, Patrick's down 11 minutes." And I said, come on, Ferris. He looks pretty darn good as he's going by right now. And I said, I think he's still in the game. And obviously a great game yesterday. Watching Lionel Sanders just smash it out. And really remarkable, very tenacious. And I spoke to Lionel last year. He was 25th or something. And coming back this year and performing just remarkably and finishing in second. Mark, we commented actually, and this is not a disparaging comment at all, we have great admiration. We said, who's that third guy? David, congratulations. I actually saw you going up Palani Hill, and either your coach or your mate or someone was there, and he turns to me and he goes, pretty good for a Scot, huh? And I said, yeah, it's pretty darn good. A great day, an exceptional day, and obviously a world record day. So it was a pleasure watching you all, and Mark, your comments.
Yeah, I think everybody's pretty much said it. It was one of the most epic men's races I've ever seen. It was truly everyone racing, but there was 3 points that kind of stuck out for me, and they've all been mentioned already. The first is Lionel Sanders. You know, most of the athletes, including me, tried to hide the pain, hide the difficulty, make it look like I was really not working that hard. Well, Lionel didn't hide any of that. You know, he made it look really hard. And affirmed to me that I will never want to do this race again because I can remember all of that pain watching him. But above that and beyond that, he fought through it. On the marathon, he was grimacing, literally grimacing. And I really have to congratulate Lionel for just one of the most gutsy performances I have ever seen on the Ironman course. Lionel, congratulations. The second piece that stands out is what Daniela just spoke about, Jan Frodeno. Early in the run, he actually fell off in the bushes in pain. It locked up, felt like he had pinched a nerve in his back. And he eventually all I knew is that he was out of the race. He had stopped moving. Later, as I was coming back into town before the leaders came to the finish line, here comes Frodo running out on the lava fields. Very slowly, obviously not in his normal flow and stride. I spoke to him after the race, and he said, "It's Kona. You cannot give up." Jan, congratulations.
Yeah, awesome.
What a true character, inspiration you are. And last, Patrick Lange. He apologizes when he breaks records. Yesterday, he broke the world's record. Patrick, you are running out of people to apologize to. But the measure of a champion is not the race that they win, but what happens, what do they do with that after the race is over? That is what makes a true champion. Last night I got a little window into Patrick Lange. We were down at the finish line welcoming the final finishers in. Somebody took him over to Nicholas, the Make-A-Wish Foundation young boy who was here, introduced Patrick to him. Patrick shook his hand. He went back to the women who had the leis. He got a lei. He went back over and he put it on Nicholas's neck. Nicholas is fighting for his life. Patrick made him a champion. Patrick, you're an incredible person. Congratulations to all the great champions here, all the great men in that competition. Congratulations to all of you. On behalf of Dave and I and the Ironman team, we would like to have you enjoy the highlight of yesterday's men's World Championship. Check this out.
The 2017 Ironman World Championship featured a deep field of experienced professional men. Right from the start, Australian Kona rookie Josh Amberger put a sizable gap on the men's field in the swim in Kailua Bay. A huge pack forms behind him, which included the defending champion Jan Frodeno. Amberger made it out onto the barren lava field still out front. However, on the climb to Hawi, hard-charging Lionel Sanders took over the lead. Sebastian Kienle, Timothy O'Donnell, and Cameron Worth went with the Canadian. And by the turnaround, it had become a cyclist race. Worth, in his 6th Ironman race of 2017, was first off the bike, with a new course record to boot, 4:12:54. Sanders entered T2 just a minute behind the Australian, with Kienle and Frodeno not too far behind. Worth surrendered his lead early into the marathon, as Sanders and Kienle began to put their run strength to use. Frodeno quickly fell out of contention. Sanders eventually pulled away from Kienle, but Patrick Lange was doing what he did last year on the marathon and moved his way through the field. Sanders gave it everything he had, but it was not enough. And at mile 23, Patrick Lange overtook the Canadian. For Sanders, the focus changed to holding off David McNamee. Patrick Lange had his first ever title at the Ironman World Championship as he set a course record, 8 hours, 1 minute, 40 seconds. It took a record performance to beat Lionel Sanders as he crossed the finish line in 2nd place. McNamee rounded out the top 3. For the 4th consecutive year, it was a German on the top step. Patrick Lange won his first Kona title. Canadian Lionel Sanders in 2nd, and Great Britain's David McNamee took 3rd here at the 2017 Ironman World Championship.